right, guys, so our first set of protocols are going to be around what we call composition rubber flooring. You know this as most of our basic rubber products that are offered in the marketplace, our Everlast collection, our Performance collection. These are the products that are typically going in a lot of your cardio, selectorize, strength areas. It really dominates a lot of the floor or public space within your fitness environment. Composition rubber is going to be one of the biggest challenges for us as an industry moving forward, because it is really the one piece of material that sits underneath most of your equipment. Because you're going to be reorganizing your space and moving equipment around to deal with social distancing, as well as what is the new normal of spacing that are going to be the expectations in the fitness industry, you're going to create a lot of challenges of areas that are going to look worn or dirty abnormally next to areas where the equipment was actually sitting. This is not a challenge with the flooring, it's just simply the result of a lot of neglect or lack of cleaning in certain areas because the equipment was sitting there. So I want you to be thoughtful that as you start to reorganize your spaces, it's going to be critical to potentially look at what we're going to show you in these coming protocols, that is the deep or potentially restorative cleaning measures that are going to be critical to bringing those floors back to life and having them look new and fresh as the equipment has been reorganized.
At a minimum, we want you to maintain your floors on a daily basis using a mop bucket with the appropriate dilution of the E-cleaner. But I just want to stress to you, this isn't cleaning your floors. This is just maintaining them so you can keep them up to your cleanliness levels that you want to show your customers in between doing the restorative cleanings or the deep cleanings that we showed you here today. Today we're going to show you how to deep restorative clean your vulcanized composition rubber flooring. First, we start with adding the appropriate amount of ounces from the E-cleaner to a pump sprayer full of water. We wet the floor. The thing you need to focus on here is making sure there's enough moisture on the floor that the floor machine is going to work over top of it. If not, you're going to get stuck when you try using the machine. During this process, we use a black pad underneath the floor machine, and Mike will show you in a second here exactly the motion you go in. You also do this section at a time. You don't want to get too far ahead of yourself because you don't want this product to dry on the rubber floor. It is a porous surface, so the most common things we see is that people try to do too big of areas at a time, where you really just want to focus on section and move section by section. So as you can see, you want to get a little bit of that slurry buildup. The E-cleaner is working on top of the surface right now to help loosen that dirt and soil that over time gets on the surface. And this product is helping loosen that up. After he's finished this product, he's agitating the surface. We use a wet vac to suck up the E-cleaner as well as the dirt and debris. Now we'll take our wet vac and suck up the E-cleaner as well as the dirt and debris. Now we understand sometimes floors have years worth of buildup on them. So the step that we just showed you may have to be done more than one time to get a true deep clean. And another question we commonly see is you see lines in the floor right now. That is just moisture on top of the surface from the wet vac. You can follow this step up with just a rinsing. We're using a mop and a bucket. Just if you want to get rid of those lines quicker. This will dry over time once you put floor fans on it to have a nice uniform clean of the surface. Here we are again on our vulcanized composition rubber. This specifically from our Monster Roll of our Performance collection. What Mike is showing you here is a different way to maintain these floors and do a restorative deep cleaning. Now, the product he was using, the machine he was using is readily available. You've probably seen a lot of these out in the market. This is a counter-rotating brush machine. Similar to the different pads on a floor machine, they have different brushes for these that are different levels of aggressiveness. So if you have one of those floors that has had some neglect over the years, you would need a stiffer brush to try to really get that dirt buildup out of the floor itself. The benefit with this machine is that it's really simple to use. Now that comes at a premium. They are more expensive than your common machines that you see, but you're going to cover more square footage a little easier than you would with this machine. In the new competitive landscape, when it comes to cleanliness in fitness centers, there may be some of you out there that want to go to the next level. Here, what I'm going to show you is a different form of cleaning. This is a portable extractor, and what we have here is a floor spinner, a hard surface floor spinner. Now, what this is, you can look at it as condensed power washing. There's a wand under there that's going to put out 0 to 1200 psi. At the same time, we're going to be sucking the solution on the surface, the solution in the dirt, back up into the portable extractor. We start the same way. We start with a pump sprayer spraying the surface to make sure the E-cleaner is getting that surface, that dirt loosened up, and then we're running back over it with this tool right here. The benefit of this is you could be achieving the same level of cleanliness, but at a much faster pace than what I've showed you before. So this is definitely another option, but it is a bigger investment. Here we are again working on the vulcanized composition rubber. Now in this situation, we're still using the E-cleaner mixture with the water in a 3-gallon pump sprayer that Mike's using here. You dilute it to you read the label on the back of the E-cleaner, it shows you the dilution ratios for light soil, medium soil, heavy soil. This floor here specifically is kept up on a regular basis, about every 6 months, so it's not in that bad a shape. If you have a floor that has been neglected for quite some time, years or so, there's a more aggressive product out there that you can use. We have it here, it's called the E-strip. This product, it's high alkaline chemical. So on the pH scale, it's going to give you a more aggressive cleaning than the E-cleaner is going to do. So you're achieving the same product, but we recommend using something a little stronger if you've had years of neglect and the floor just has more wear on it. Again, it's the same process. Michael's still using the black pad on this swing floor machine, which you can find, they're readily available. Most of your big box stores have them. All right, here I'm going to walk you through step by step exactly what we just did on the vulcanized composition rubber flooring here at Spooky Nook. We started with our pump sprayer. Here we're using a 3-gallon pump sprayer and we're diluting it with the E-cleaner we explained earlier. The ratios on dilution are on the back of the E-cleaner label. Then we went over the surface with our low-speed floor machine. We used a black pad here. There's several different levels of pads. They're color-coded. You can find these online. They're pretty available everywhere. The black pad is one of the more aggressive pads out there, and we find it's best for surfaces like this, especially ones that have a lot of dirt and soil buildup on top of them. After we loosened up the dirt and soil with our solution and the floor machine, we used a wet vac to suck everything back up to clean the surface. Biggest thing with the wet vac, these are very commonly available as well. You need to make sure you have a rubber squeegee head on the front end of it. That's going to make sure you get a uniform, when you're sucking everything back up, it's going to be nice and uniform and everything's going to come without leaving anything behind. The next thing we went to was our counter rotating brush machine. Again, this is a little more expensive of a machine to use, but it's very easy. This can be trained in a very short time. You can move through a lot of square footage, and similar to the low-speed floor machine, the brushes on the bottom of this have different levels of grit. So there's softer ones and there's more aggressive ones. Again, it depends on how much dirt and soil buildup is on top of your floor. I also want to reiterate the chemicals we used here today. The first one we used was the E-cleaner. This is what you use for your restorative cleaning, your maintenance of your floors on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. If you have floors that have been truly neglected for quite some time, this is a more aggressive chemical you can use on the same floors to help really dig in and help a floor that's been sat there for a long time. And both of these are readily available at our store on our website at Ecore.